So I know you got something that's been itching at you that you want to talk about in a sport that we normally don't talk about.
Well, there's milestones that happen in many sports, and this one particular is a rare one. And this is in soccer or football to the rest of the world, but not football here in America. This is the football that you actually play with your feet, soccer.
Football.
So most notably, what I'm addressing is Lionel Messi, who plays for Barcelona and the Argentinian national team, scored his 700th goal, which is one of the most prestigious clubs in all of the sport. Only 6 other people. There's 7 people total in that club, and 2 of them are current active players, and that's Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, who are the 2 biggest names in global soccer.
I didn't know Ronaldo had 700 too.
Yeah, I mean these two guys are kids who started playing professionally at 17, so they started getting their stats started developing at such an early age, and you can imagine they're in their early 30s now, going strong, and they're just tallying up the marks. Now, the only thing I really want to discuss about this, and it kind of rubs me the wrong way, and I don't know, I might be in the minority of this, but I follow a lot of different sports, okay? And there's a lot of different milestones in many different sports, and they're very prestigious in their own arenas for many different reasons, and they're very hard to achieve, and it takes people years and years and years and years and whatnot. But the one thing that gets me about the goals statistic is his 700 goals includes goals that he scored off of penalty kicks. And for me, that's like saying Steph Curry's never going to take a free throw from the 3-point line for 3 points, and it goes towards his 3 points made statistic.
Well, I think even in general, like your shots are separate from your free throws, like shots in general, right? So even if it's like overall scoring record or whatever, it doesn't account for free throws.
No, I mean in basketball, but I mean basketball you could argue though that points you're scoring from the free throw line still count as points. And they still count on your total points, and they still count on your total points of that game and all that kind of stuff. So I get it. But in soccer, you're talking about a sport that might score 1 goal a game or 2 or 3. On average, is very low scoring, 3 or under goals, and one of those can come as a penalty kick, and that's a big momentum swing. It's not like one free throw changes a game in the second quarter the way a penalty kick could in the 44th minute of the first half. It's insane the difference. And and you look at baseball, and it's almost like Barry Bonds is hitting over 700 home runs, and he's in a league of his own, being at the top, but he's never got something as easy as a penalty kick. He's never got.
You almost feel like that's like counting his home runs in the home run derby. I know like people could argue extra innings, but the difference is the game doesn't change in extra innings.
Yeah, the game's not over.
Yeah, it has
the same thing as if in soccer, if they played extra time until the game was actually decided instead of ending in a draw.
Yeah.
Like they do half the time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting, man. I don't know if I really am on board with that either.
Or I think about it in baseball, it's like, I don't think there's really a comparison the way baseball is played, because it's like every pitcher is trying to strike a guy out. Every pitcher is, trying, and especially if you're a known home run slugger, like you're not even getting pitched to in a way that you really can hit the ball out. Like they're trying to pitch down and away, or whatever it is that's the scouting report on you that this guy doesn't like these pitches and he's probably not going to swing, or even if he does get a hold of it, he's going to ground it out hopefully, and he won't hit one out of the park.
Yeah.
And so it's like to me it's like the penalty kick is almost as like, you know what? we're going to take a flyer on this one. We don't think you're going to hit it out, so we're just going to put this on the tee and take our chance. You know, and it's not, you can't really do that. You know?
That's a tough one, man. I think the only thing that I can argue it is the fact that it is contested, because you are going against the goalie, but you are going against a different. You know what I want to know? You know what I want to look up when we're done are the what are they called at the end of a hockey game if it's tied and they go the shootout?
Yeah.
Do those count towards your overall goal record? That's something I want to look up.
That I can't confirm right now, but
because that's almost the same thing, in a sense.
Yeah. It is very similar, but I mean, because think about it, the rules of a penalty kick are. Because I was even trying to see, like, okay, like, does the person who get fouled have to take the shot? No, they don't. So it's like he could even be the.
I didn't know that. So he could take the kick for someone else.
Exactly. So it's like.
Okay, yeah, now I'm not on board.
It wasn't even an in-game play that you were involved with, but because you're the number one dude on the team, we want you to take the PKs.
Yeah, okay.
The only rule with PKs is the person taking the kick has to be clearly defined to the referee and the keeper. So it's like, so you can't have a situation where you got three guys standing next to each other.
Someone's going to
don't know which one's going to run up and take the kick.
Yeah.
So it has to be clearly defined. But at the same time, there's other rules, like the keeper can't touch a post before the ball is kicked, and he has to have his heels at least on the line. So it's like he can't come out to, like, you know, take an angle off or anything like that. So that's why you always see, like, basically the keeper in their mind is trying to, like, read your mind and pick which side he thinks you're going to hit on. So all the time you see him, like, jump to one side and the guy kicks it to the other side. I mean, because you don't, as a keeper, it's like the world's worst thing that you can possibly try to block.
You got to kind of just take a chance and hope you pick the right side. And
if you block a penalty kick as a keeper, it's the guy kicking it screwed up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally what it is.
Yeah, the goals are huge, dude. Like there's no way. Like I've seen enough soccer to understand that they literally they got a 50-50 chance, or they have to jump to one side, and then if they pick the right side within that motion, try to maneuver to block the ball.
Oh, I know. I mean, I played high school soccer with this guy. He was incredible to the point where, like, he wouldn't even take a running start up to the ball. Like, he would just put his left foot right next to the ball and plant it there. And he would stare at the guy in the goal. And then, like, halfway through the time he was staring at the guy in the goal, his eyes would go to the left. And then he would stare back at the guy in the goal. So the goalie would jump to his right, which was, you know, this guy's left. Yeah. And the minute he would do that, he would just, like, kick the ball super slow to the right side. And it would go in every time.
Oh,
you know?
What a dick.
It's like he basically played the goalie.
Yeah.
Like you just got played so hard, you know?
Like, and
that's the game. And it's like, so my own thing about this is like the guy scored like 90 something goals on penalty kicks. So it's like, if you want to take him away, it's like he's still pretty far away from 700. And it's like scoring a goal in game during live action is so much more difficult and so much more rare. And he's scored over 600 of those. I mean, that's an amazing accomplishment in and of itself.
Yeah.
And I get it; it's part of the game. You're still gonna count the penalty kick as a goal towards the score at the end of the game. So I get it; it's part of it. But I think it should just have a little asterisk by it. That's my only thing, because it's so much different than you receiving a pass at full speed and you got to beat a guy and you got to make a split-second decision to take that shot, and you got a much different angle from wherever you are on the field at this point than you are sitting 12 yards away with the entire goal just like staring at you, ready to receive you, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just so much different, you know?
Yeah, that's interesting.
But
either way, congrats to him, though.
I mean, it's again, it is
7. You said was it
milestone? 7 people in the entire history of.
That's pretty epic, like, man.
Because soccer, professional soccer.
Yeah, soccer is a big deal everywhere.
It's been around for so long.